Hey, good evening, everybody. We'll get going here in just a minute. Let everybody have a chance to jump on the stream. I'm not going to make it real long tonight. Just pretty much just kind of stick with the facts of what we know. And I am working up on a video to post on our website that will go a little bit more in detail about maybe about some of the ingredients and what's going to cause the threat for some severe thunderstorms here in west central Missouri over the next 4 to 5 days. I'm going to jump over here. Hi, Catherine. Keep an eye on chat. We're streaming on all of our. We are streaming on all of our platforms right now, so. And I'll keep my chat up here so I know who all is talking to me tonight. So we just have a few in here right now. Looks like I have about a total of, let's see here, between everything, we've got about 40 people, I guess. So, hi, Lucky, MH. Joseph saying cleaning the dust and dead spiders out of his rain gauge. Well, you're gonna need that by the time we get through come Monday morning. So this is really setting up to be can really bring us out of the drought that about half of west central Missouri is under. The other half have been fairly moist. It's crazy how this season so far has started. So, hey, Janet. All right. So, of course, we are on day 24 of the LRC. This system that is going to be coming in tomorrow is right on track. I'm looking here, and I forgot I got my camera. So I do it old school. I've got a calendar that I put the days of the LRC as well as the forecast since last October for every day. And then we determine on how far out the cycle is. And now I'm good all the way through September, where I can take a look and I can say, okay, well, it looks like right around the 25th, 26th of this month, we should have a pretty good storm system. And boy, do we ever. So let's just jump in here. So, a lot of talk on social media, a lot of talk on TV, radio stations. Any of you guys watch the Weather Channel? They're all talking about this big setup this weekend, in which we do have a strong setup to see some severe weather multiple days for us here in west central Missouri. But it does have a small conditional exception, and that is being pointed out on some of the short-term models, and that's on the cap. So remember, we've gone over this several times, what a cap is. A cap is, in order for a cloud to form, you take a parcel of air and then it rises as long as it's warmer than the air around it. If it hits a point where the air around it is warmer than itself, it can't rise no more. Therefore, no clouds form. So there will be some capping inversions that will be going on over the next 4 days. Specifically, Friday afternoon. So, and I've got all this spelled out for you guys. After we get done with this live stream, I will be posting on all the social media platforms what I'll show you here in just a little bit. It's a timeline that I had made up according to model data and all of the information that I have right now. So, and again, I go back old school. I draw my own weather maps. I plot my data. Actually, I got this right here. So I do it dry erase board style. Kind of like elementary school. But, you know, I've got a timeline that hopefully, because there's so much going on this weekend. There's Junk Fest. I heard a couple people talk about a wine stroll. There's so many things going on this weekend. I have been out trying to reach some directors, some organizers of some of these events, just to give them a heads up to make sure there's a plan in place. So what you're looking at right now, this is the Storm Prediction Center. This is their outlook. And if you notice, we start on day 2.
Hold on, one dispatch. I'll be taking back over dispatch duties.
We start on day 2, which is going to be tomorrow on Thursday. Now, I am expecting a few storms to fire up in central Kansas, western Oklahoma, and they will be congealing into a line that will be moving through our area tomorrow. But we're going to start overnight tonight with just some scattered showers, maybe a few thunder showers. And we're going to have several rounds of rainfall tomorrow. Now, I'm not expecting much to be in the way of severe for us here in west central Missouri on Thursday, tomorrow. There may be some stronger cells in the afternoon, but for the most part, we're going to be seeing several rounds of moderate rainfall starting early tomorrow morning all the way through tomorrow night. Then we go to day 3 on Friday, and that's when we set up. Storm Prediction Center has us in a slight risk for severe storms. Likely will be enhanced. We will likely see that be upgraded, as well as for day 4 will likely be upgraded. Day 5, which is going to be Sunday, we have yet another chance in the afternoon to see severe storms. And this is going to be something where from tomorrow afternoon through Sunday, all modes of severe weather are possible, meaning straight line winds, hail, and the potential of a few tornadoes. All the ingredients are there. The conditional threat is whether or not that, say like Friday afternoon, if a line of storms will develop Friday afternoon out in eastern Kansas, several supercells, and march into west central Missouri. Are we going to be underneath that cap? Right now, we're leaning on the side from me doing my hand-drawn map that we will be seeing a line of thunderstorms on Friday afternoon. And again on Saturday afternoon, that could bring us some severe weather here in west central Missouri. So that is what the Storm Prediction Center has out for right now, and they're being very, very conservative right now. They even mentioned they're being very conservative. Now, there are some models out there that are showing that uses AI, artificial intelligence. This is cutting-edge technology that is showing the potential for severe weather with all modes. This is day 3. This is going to be Friday. And notice that, most of West Central Missouri is in that high 30%, which would be an enhanced risk, in which I do expect the Storm Prediction Center to upgrade us into at least that, if not possibly a little bit higher than that. They're very conservative right now because of all the capping inversions that are being shown by different models. So we will really have a better grasp on that likely tomorrow evening. Like I said, I'm not expecting a whole lot of severe weather on Thursday. We may have a couple storms that might barely make it up to severe level tomorrow afternoon. But for the most part, our severe threat is going to come overnight tomorrow night into early Thursday morning, and again on late tomorrow night into Friday morning, and again Friday afternoon, and then again on Saturday, and again on Sunday. But this particular data is suggesting this is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So notice it does not move very far. It looks like that we are going to be having that potential of severe weather from, actually we probably want to throw in tomorrow afternoon, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then we'll have a little reprieve on Sunday, and then we might even have to be talking about Monday afternoon as well, but I'm not going to go out that far right now. I'm really focusing on Friday and Saturday right now, mainly because of all the activities that are going on. Not only are we going to be looking at the possibility of severe storms, but it's been a long time since we had to throw this out there. But we will be looking at the possibility of seeing some flooding concerns. Now, the European model is showing anywhere between 2 to 3 inches in West Central Missouri. Now, there are some outlier models that are suggesting far, far greater than that. The reason I'm sticking with this is mainly because this has been the closest rainfall prediction model that over the course of the last 3 or 4 months, when all the other models are showing that we're supposed to get 3/4, an inch and a quarter. This European model is showing what we actually received, maybe 1/4 inch, maybe 2/10. So I'm sticking with this. So I do believe that by Sunday, everybody in West Central Missouri should have at least a couple of inches in their rain gauge, with probably several pockets of more than 2-inch rainfalls. Somebody will get report on here in West Central Missouri. Real quick, gonna take a look at chat just to make sure nobody has any problems. Awfully quiet in chat. Just gonna make sure everything is working correctly. Now, does anybody have any questions? Just want to make sure everything is working properly. We're on the rainfall map right now. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Lucky. My pleasure. Hi. Good. So we talked a little bit about, in case you are late to the game, I won't go over everything, but we do have the threat of severe storms beginning, an outside chance of maybe a borderline severe storm tomorrow afternoon through the day tomorrow. More likely on Friday and Saturday into Sunday. all modes of severe weather are possible. That meaning strong straight line winds, large hail, possibility of a couple tornadoes. Right now, West Central Missouri is kind of in the bullseye of all 3 days of having the potential of seeing some severe weather. Now, it is conditional on a couple fronts. Being conditional meaning that there's going to be some capping inversions that are going to be going on. What that means is it's going to be a little warmer up above our heads by say 5, 6, 7,000 feet above our heads. That means that a parcel of air cannot rise any further. That means that the storms remain. They behave. They're not. They don't have the potential to grow into those big supercell thunderstorms. But from everything that I can see right now, the severe threat is definitely still out there. So we definitely need to stay weather aware. Hi, Melinda. Actually, Haven, I hope I pronounced that right. Actually, all of West Central Missouri need to be on their A game from tomorrow through Sunday evening.
Hey, I don't know if anybody's checked or not, but Radar Omega is working correctly now.
I apologize. I am on shift through Torcon. That is a nationwide full service weather team. So I am working that, but it's kind of quiet across the U.S. tonight. So let's take a look. I do have a timeline that I want to show you guys. And I will be posting this in our room. So let's go over this. So Thursday morning, tomorrow morning, we're going to have scattered showers to start off, followed by heavier rain and thunderstorms as we head into the afternoon. Severe weather is not expected, but there could be some stronger storms that could develop. Overnight, we can expect thunderstorms overnight Thursday, some possibly severe. And then we will have a chance to see some severe thunderstorms move in overnight tomorrow night into early Friday morning. We're talking like 3 a.m. So definitely make sure the weather radios are on. You have battery backup. Make sure. The weather radios will likely be getting a workout over the weekend. It's going to clear out through the day until the afternoon on Friday. There is a chance to see a line of storms form in eastern Kansas and move into west central Missouri. This is a part that is conditional. If the cap remains in place, if we do not get that instability back, we may not see that line of thunderstorms Friday afternoon. But all indications right now, we will likely see another line of possibly severe thunderstorms move through west central Missouri on Friday afternoon, Friday night. Now on Saturday, actually morning through the afternoon, we're going to have some clearing skies. It's not going to be a washout. So those that are going to, say, Junk Fest or has a wine stroll, something like that, morning is going to be fine. What's concerning is going to be after 12 o'clock, more likely here in west central Missouri, probably closer to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We will see multiple thunderstorms. Some may be severe, all the way through the evening through Sunday morning. We will see some scattered thunderstorms with some of the storms on Sunday after 2 o'clock still have that chance to be severe. And then finally, we will begin to clear out after 10 o'clock on Sunday night. Wow, a lot going on this weekend. Now remember, all modes of severe weather are going to be possible from tomorrow night through Sunday night. So our And I'm just going to leave it at that. So all modes are going to be possible. Obviously, if we get that line of storms Friday afternoon and Saturday afternoon will be the two biggest threats for seeing any tornadic supercells. But I'm just going to tell you, we have that chance all the way through Sunday night. So I'm going to check on here. Need to drive from KC to Clinton tomorrow evening. Man, I tell you what, Rhonda, I wish there was. Tomorrow, we're going to have several rounds of thunderstorms tomorrow. Picking an hour or 2 hour stretch that if not raining is going to be next to impossible. We're just going to have several rounds of thunderstorms throughout the day tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be we're going to pick up quite a bit of rain tomorrow. Be doing a camper crawl in Sunrise Beach at the lake Saturday afternoon. Oh boy, Samantha. So obviously Saturday afternoon here in West Central Missouri, we're looking at from 12 to 2 p.m., somewhere in that time frame, when we will start to see that line of thunderstorms. So you're in Saturday afternoon. So yeah, you're definitely going to have to be weather aware down at Sunrise Beach. It's going to affect you just as much as it's going to affect us up here. I have a feeling the Storm Prediction Center is likely going to really upgrade pretty much all of Central Missouri, West Central Missouri, Southwest Missouri. We're going to be upgraded into at least an enhanced risk for Friday and Saturday. I really do not see a reason why that they would not do that. And there's a possibility that, if the model data is showing that the cap is going to be breaking sooner, that we don't have that temperature inversion up 5,000 feet above our heads, and that storms are just going to fire and blossom, we've got off the chart energy for these storms to form. Now, if that's what happens when you get into on the social media, on TV stations. You take a meteorologist that blows this thing completely through the air. They're not taking into any consideration any of the conditional threats that could hamper thunderstorm development. That's what I do. That's what I love to see. And that's the reason why I still go old school with dry erase board, trying to pick out the reasons why thunderstorms would not form. And the only thing that I see is the possibilities, especially on Friday afternoon, where storms just can't get going because of the cap. We just can't break the cap. But we'll still have a chance of severe storms on Saturday and again on Sunday. So regardless, we need to stay weather aware. Saturday, for Adrian, I'm going to tell you it's probably going to be between noon and 2 o'clock on Saturday. That's what the latest data is showing. What day should Warrensburg? Yep, and Haven. I think I answered that question. Melinda, as far as will the rain on Saturday wash out the Junk Fest at Old Crow? I've been trying to get a hold of. I shot a couple messages over to Max and the crew, just kind of give them kind of a heads up. I think the morning will be great. But in the afternoon, everybody needs to have a plan, especially if you're a vendor setting up outside. As soon as you start seeing those clouds forming up, sometime after lunchtime, I would start packing, because that's it's not going to be like a quick line of storms and be done. We're going to be into thunderstorms with that threat of some strong storms all the way through Saturday night into Sunday morning. So the first half of Junk Fest is going to be great. So if you're going to go as somebody going to go and look around, maybe buy a few things, do it in the morning. Definitely do it in the morning. Yeah, Freedom Farm, and I tell you, I think that's very, very, very smart. I love that. Because, you know, the last thing we want to do is put a bunch of anxiety into people, especially those who, and I know several that are terrified of storms. This is a big setup. I mean, you're going to hear that on 459 KY3. This is a strong setup. Now, what we have to do, we have to stay weather aware. We got to have a plan in place, and we need to keep updated. As long as we do that, I think everybody will get through this just fine. Now remember, I will be at work tomorrow. Thursday, my typical day off. I will be working tomorrow. So if we should happen to get a few stronger storms tomorrow, just remember I'll try to answer any questions when I can, but I will be at work. Now, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I am going to be off. So I will be close by. I'll be able to answer all the questions. If we get some severe storms coming in, I expect to be up most of the day Friday night, and or overnight on Friday, and again overnight on Saturday with you guys. So, you know, typically if you have not been in this room when I go live during a severe event, it's kind of a come and go, because we encompass 8 counties. If there's a severe thunderstorm to come through Bates County and you're in Bates County, you can stay with the live feed until it gets out of your county. And then you can go on, do other things. And if more storms come in, you can pop back in. We try to stay live. I try to cover all the counties during a severe event. Holden kids have prom in Pleasant Hill on Saturday. Wow, guys. Man, there's a lot of things going on Saturday, and I don't like that. I don't want to ruin a prom by no means. The most important thing, Shannon, is to make sure that you want to make sure that you're going to have a plan in place. It's not going to be a real good time to have prom. You're going to need to have somebody in charge of watching the weather. I'm not saying that you need to cancel prom by no means, because there is a chance that all the storms go around Holden. Holden doesn't get anything, and the moon's out, and everybody's going, why did we cancel prom? So, but have somebody dedicated, have a plan in place. If I was in your situation right now, I would have 1 or 2 or 3 people in charge of watching the weather. And especially as we get closer, if we get to Friday evening and things are still looking very volatile for Saturday night, then have those 3 people, have one of them with the weather radio. If you need one, tell me. I will get a weather radio to you. Have a weather radio. Have somebody watching radar on their phones. Have somebody watching for any watches, advisories, warnings, that sort of thing. And have a plan in place. And that goes for anybody having plans from tomorrow night through the weekend. Have a plan. In KC tomorrow, most of the storms are going to be remaining mainly out on the Kansas side. central Kansas on Thursday. Can we see a lot of pop-up storms too, or just a big line? Well, here's the thing. Tomorrow, it's just going to be, it's what they call a MCS. Okay, it's going to be a mesoscale convective system. It'll be just a big blob on radar. Okay, that's what's going to affect us tomorrow. Let's see here, as probably like around the 9:30, 11 o'clock in the morning time frame. Just going to be a big blob that's going to be centered right over west central Missouri. We're going to get some moderate rain, some thunder showers. They're likely going to be loud, but fortunately, they're not going to be that severe. Now, as we go into later on in the afternoon, there's going to be some broken segment lines that still not expected to be severe, but some of these, if the conditions are right, could be stronger, could pose a large hail, maybe a damaging wind gust or two. Now on Friday, Saturday, and again on Sunday, multiple rounds, multiple time periods that we could see supercells, individual supercells. So it's not necessarily going to be a line. We may see that on Saturday, but on Friday, there are going to be individual supercells. So it's going to be a combination, MH. We're going to see some broken line of storms, supercell thunderstorms, and we're going to see a linear style thunderstorm complex as well, and a mesoscale convective system, a big MCS. You bet. Yeah, it's gonna be a crazy weekend, guys, and I don't mean that in a bad way, like stay in the basement all weekend or nothing like that. But we're gonna have lots of ups and downs, and we're gonna have some. Most of the time we're used to here in west central Missouri having a line of thunderstorms come blow through, maybe some wind, maybe some hail. Maybe some circulation near the ground, and then it moves off, and then we're good to go. This is not going to happen. This is going to be multiple days. So we don't see too many of these setups like this, very often. So we just need to stay weather aware and keep up on the updates. Hi, Julia. So again, guys, the last thing I want to do is to push any kind of anxiety, get everybody freaking out. There's no need to do that. Again, kind of what I told Samantha. Everybody needs to have a plan in place. If you're going to Junk Fest or have plans for Saturday, try to get most of them done before, say, the noon time, noon to 2, somewhere in that time frame. If you are out past noon or after, say, like prom on Saturday night, and was that in Adrian, I believe, or Holden? That was in Holden. Oh, it's in Pleasant Hill. Okay, so it's in Pleasant Hill. Have a plan. And like I said, most setups, I wouldn't be telling you guys this. As far as having somebody dedicated to man a weather radio, to watch radar, to help protect the kids. But this is a significant setup for our area for multiple days. So the best thing that I can do is tell you to have a plan. Have somebody dedicated to be watching radar if you're in charge of an event such as prom. Or Junk Fest, if they should happen to be watching, have a plan in place for when you're watching radar and a line of strong storms are at the state line between Kansas and Missouri. Hey, let's start wrapping things up. Let's get the people out of there, because we do have we have an obligation to make sure that everybody stays safe, and if nothing to be scared about, nothing to be anxious about. But if you have a plan and you know how you're going to perform it, all the anxiety is gone. Hi, Cheryl. We're traveling to St. Louis Friday afternoon and back on Sunday. What's the chances of running into severe weather? Well, St. Louis is in this as well. Um, let you jump over here real quick. You have to take a look that on Sunday, which is day 5, between St. Louis and Kansas City is still under the gun for the threat of severe thunderstorms. So now on Friday, probably I would say if you want to leave sometime like around noon or sometime around that time frame. The chances of running into some severe weather is definitely there, Cheryl. So make sure you have a app on your phone such as Storm Shield. It will follow you wherever you go and let you know when you're under a watch or a warning. So just be prepared, have a plan, and watch radar. And you should, on Friday, you should be able to take a look at radar and know when would be a good time to get going and when it will not be. Tomorrow, on the other hand, is going to be a little different scenario because I expect most of us to be under moderate to heavy rain several times through the day tomorrow. So, but on Friday and Saturday, because they're not going to be washouts, and especially on Saturday, we should be sitting pretty good through the noon hour to 2 o'clock. And then storms all the way through Sunday morning until Sunday afternoon around 2 o'clock. So if you're driving home from St. Louis, you want to take a look at radar, find out where those storms are, and pick a good time for you to start jetting across I-70. Good, Cheryl. Yeah, Storm Shield, it's one of my favorites, definitely. It's kind of my go-to. Plus, it wakes me up in the middle of the night. A lot of times it goes off before my weather radio does, so. You know what's cool about this, and I just now recognize this, is that I know who's talking to me now. I can see everybody's name, and I can see I did not have that before. So how cool is that? I'm kind of excited. After this system, do you know when our next one would be? After this weekend, I am under the, I guess is what you're saying, Natalie. Yeah. Actually, let me pull up. Give me just a minute and I will pull up my, I got my calendar actually. And I'll just bring that over and I'll show you. Okay, so here is, and this is based on the LRC. So we're going to have, of course, everywhere where you see a red dot is the threat for severe weather. So, of course, we're going to have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Let me get this where you can see the whole thing. There we go. So we got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then we'll have a chance for some thunderstorms on Wednesday and Thursday, but they're not expecting to be severe. We will have another shot at seeing some severe weather on Saturday, May 4th. That's a week from Saturday. And again on the 8th and the 9th. Again on the 15th, 16th. And again on the 24th, 25th of May. So I do have this in our Facebook group. I do have this picture pinned. So if you want to go back and take a look at this for future reference, you're welcome to. Well, look who's late for the show, Daddy-O. We're almost done. Hi, Mission. Tornado risk for Henry County this week. We do have a tornado risk. Mainly Friday, Saturday into Sunday afternoon. We cannot rule out a tornado any one of those days. You bet, Natalie. My pleasure. Anybody else have any questions? And again, I'll be posting this a little bit of a kind of a timeline. I will be posting this on our social media pages as well. I might be updating it just a little bit, so make sure you check back as we. The short-term models are just now beginning to sample this storm system off the West Coast. So we will know, obviously, a little bit more as we go into tomorrow evening about what our threats are for Friday and Saturday. So timing might change just a little bit. So make sure you check back and make sure I hadn't updated this forecast. All right, guys. So I don't see any more questions, so I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream. So if anybody has any further questions, feel free to shoot me a message in Facebook, shoot me a message on my cell phone, email, however you want to do it. I will be putting a video on the Facebook, on our website, www.subbysweathertalk.com. And with a little bit better explanation of the ingredients, why we're going to be seeing multiple days of severe weather. If you want a little bit more education in that regard. But for right now, again, we need to stay weather aware from Thursday for tomorrow all the way through Sunday afternoon. So make sure you have multiple ways to receive warnings, watches, and advisories. And as always, make sure you have your weather radio on, fresh batteries in, make sure they're good, and then of course keep weather aware all the way through Sunday afternoon. All right, guys, thanks for joining. And again, I will be talking to you all very soon.